What I
Mhm.
find tricky about this conversation is like, there's not just one thing that you can all of a sudden do to stop the binge eating. But what I would invite people to consider who are struggling with this is that it is not your fault that you're doing this. You have been fed stories for as long as you've been alive that your body is wrong, that there's something wrong with you, that you need to look different in order to find love or happiness or success. And our greatest need as human beings is to fit in and belong. And so it's not your fault that most likely at some point you tried to restrict or tried to diet because, again, that's really glamorized in our society. And oftentimes people have mothers who are constantly on a diet. It's not your fault that you are experiencing this. And yet it is up to you in order to start to make the changes. So being so gentle with yourself and recognizing this is a symptom of a much larger societal issue at hand. It's not because you don't have discipline or that you just can't figure it out. Like, you have been served a program, a system, a solution that is designed to fail. 98% of diets fail. 70% of people will gain back the weight that they lost plus more within 2 years of completing their diet. So the system doesn't work. I would recommend, if you have the means, to get some support or to work with somebody who does know how to get you back to a space where your relationship with food is a lot more healthy. To be honest, I recommend this with anything in life. Like, if you want to be a better public speaker, I would recommend working with a public speaking coach. If you want to be a better chef, I would recommend working with a chef. And it doesn't mean you have to pay a whole bunch of money, but surround yourself with those people, with those voices, with their content. Make sure that you're following along, like follow Raw Beauty Talks, listen to my podcast, listen to Whitney's show. Really infuse these conversations, this dialogue into your everyday life. It's so important. If you're only hanging out with people who are dieting, watching what they're eating, drinking Diet
Yeah.
Coke, and talking about macros and intermittent fasting, it's going to be very hard for you to break free from all of that. I think another piece that comes to mind as well is that there can be a lot of fear about leaving diet culture behind, because it's like, if I don't diet, again, there's this huge fear of gaining weight in our society. There's massive fat stigma. And so what I want to say there is, first of all, gaining weight is totally normal. Our bodies we're not robots made out of metal. Like, the body is going to ebb and flow and shift and change in various different seasons of our life over and over again. So we cannot grip tightly to a specific number on the scale and expect that we'll always be able to stay there. It's too rigid. There's no joy in life in living from that place. The other thing I want to say is that your body wants to be healthy. Your body
Yeah.
wants to thrive. It is on your team. So if you're in tune with your hunger and fullness levels, and if you are metabolizing past trauma, working through that and releasing energetic blocks in your body. If you are in tune with your emotions, oh wait, I'm actually just feeling lonely right now, I'm not actually hungry, then your body is going to thrive. Like, not only is it just going to be okay, it's going to thrive. Your skin's going to get healthy. Your hair's going to start growing. Your weight will land at what we call your happy weight, where, yeah, it's probably going to ebb or flow up and down 5-8 pounds, somewhere in that range is very normal. But you'll be able to just eat what you want to eat without constantly gripping to all these rules and rigidity. And that's where true health and vitality lives. It's not in a space of fear and restriction. So those would be my two main points, is that it's not your fault. Find somebody who can support you along the way, and trust that your body wants to heal and it's on your team.